Yo, yo, yo. It's Marky Mark's Terror. Hey, LZ, how you doing? Taking a break a few minutes from driving? Drive safe. Yeah, you said you were carpooling, right? Yeah. Hey, Toka. Yeah, I just got the notification for the donation. Thank you. I appreciate it. You can ask your two questions when you're ready. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm here. It's a little windy. It's windy and rainy and chilly here, but it's winter. It's life. Thanks for the super chat, LZ. All right, Toka, you said, how did coworker Deshaun meet me at work today? I straightened my hair. I feel like he be crushing, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I remember you was telling me the other day, LZ. Hey, Dan, how you doing, bro? All right, Toka, let's check. Well, Dejan thinks that you look good, and he thinks that you're a good person, you're kind and you're nice, and he thinks that you're well maintained. Like he thought that you look really good, like you know what I'm saying? He looked good. So he thinks that you look good, I mean, and he thinks you have a lot of like pride in yourself and dignity in yourself. Um from how he viewed you, that's how he thinks. Like, that's what he thinks you look like, and that's how he thinks you are. But he feels insecure, like he wouldn't like he kind of feels like he could hit on you and he could be something there, but like he's kind of like, um hey Barb, how you doing, sweetie? Good evening. He thinks that like he kind of feels insecure and feels like you don't have a chance, like, you know what I mean? So even if he's flirting or he's like, talking to you or whatever or crushing, like I feel like he does, but he's like he thinks that, because you guys work together or work, with each other, that it might, cause some type of issue. So he thinks there's a possibility there, right? He thinks it's a possibility, but like he thinks it's like it's wishful thinking on his part. Like he thinks he doesn't have a chance. You know what I mean? So if he thinks he doesn't have a chance because of his insecurity or because of work, but like he looks at you in a good way, but I don't think he wants like, to like be in a relationship with you or like further it with you. I just think he might keep it like friendship wise because I think that he thinks that he doesn't have a chance. So if he's that type of guy, then I would say that he might be kind of reluctant to like make a move right now. Some guys are like that. Some guys are probably like, yeah, she don't want nothing to do with me. She's probably got a boyfriend. I'm like that. I always like count myself out because I'm like, yeah, this girl's probably got somebody. She don't want nobody like me anyway. I'm too gangster for this hoe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he is like, he thinks you look good and he thinks you're a good person. Like he looks at you as the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is a woman that's got shit and she takes care of herself and she's a good person and she means well. She's not like, looking for anything, but she'll take like a compliment or two. All right. Your second question is how did the other guys on the closing shift view me today? Damn, you want everybody to be, you know, hollering at you because you changed your look? Mhm. All right. Now I know how you women are. See, I've been there and that anyway. Women be always, you know what? Because of this, like, I'm gonna tell you something. When you guys are in spirit, okay, when you guys are in spirit, right, and I look at somebody in spirit, sometimes their hair is going to be the way that they always wore it or a specific point in time that they had it, that they liked it, or they want to be viewed as by you, or the time they did it and you liked it, if you're like asking about them. So like sometimes when I do mediumship, it's hard to determine the person's hair unless they like had it right when you saw them last or when you recognize them the most. See, that's the thing about women is sometimes when you go to analyze them in spirit, their hair is different. Because I can say, oh yeah, she had long red hair, and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's her, but that was like when she was younger. But when she died, like she barely had any hair, and it was like gray. And I'll be like, yeah, but her original hair was red, and then he'd be like, oh yeah, yeah, it was. But I'm saying like, when she died. But see, they don't want to look like that. They want to look like their best when they approach me to show you. You know what I mean? So like that's something that I always tell people that sometimes their hair color and their hairstyle maybe the same back, like maybe what they want to present themselves to me as what they look like 20 years ago. So take that into consideration because I do see that sometimes. Like they just want to show themselves differently. They don't want to show you as their old broken down self when they died. They want to show you what they look like when they look like, a model or a stripper. You know? Yeah. All right. All right, so if there was like at least three guys, I would say I see like three different guys here, and one of them was like, yeah, she looked pretty good. I like her hair that way. If there was like maybe four guys, I got four guys in total, not five guys. 'Cause I know you guys have a place called Five Guys, but like there's a total of, because the bottom card is a guy too. I would say there was like four different guys. Two of them, I would say, he said, "Yeah, you look good." Yeah, I got four guys in total because I looked at the bottom card and it was a guy too. So I got four guys here, all like different ages, young though. I would say in their 20s maybe. Um, could be younger or older, like in between that. And anyway, it doesn't matter. Two kind of said, "Yeah, she looks good," and the other two wasn't really interested. So I would say like two guys were like, "Yeah," and I do get like job cards here, but I'm getting that like maybe one of the guys like you, but they feel like they can't date you because they need money, like they're broke, or they can't like wine and dine you like they want to. And one guy might have thought that, hey, you know, she's changing her look because she wants to like impress me, like, or whatever. I am impressed, but I don't think I can like date her. Like I can see that in the cards. There might be like a guy there that's kind of obsessed, like with like seeing things, like seeing you or seeing like what you're up to or what you're like, doing. But like I would say two guys were like, yeah, whatever. And two other guys were like, yeah, look at Toka today. She be looking good. She straightened her hair. She's looking good. I hit it. So there might be one guy really interested. He might be an Aries, or he might be like a taker type of guy. And the other guy's too broke to take you up. And the other two are just not interested. I know you like a pack of ignorance. That's why I can read for you in a different way. But yeah, these guys are all like, honestly, like they like you and they're interested, but I don't think they're like game. I don't think they're like about that life. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that they actually would have the balls to date you, or the balls to like go up to you and ask you on a date, or like anything like that. I don't know why. Maybe you're probably too fine for them, or maybe now you look even finer. I don't know, or maybe you just come across as, I don't need you mofos type of shit. Yeah. So it could be either or. But yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, exactly. But some people can like be cool, be together at work. You just got to keep it like work and togetherness, like Yeah, that's what I get. Like like they feel like they ain't got no chance, or they feel like yeah, she ain't gonna want to date me. She'll probably like, whatever. Yeah, if you can come off like you don't need them, then that's how they're gonna treat you. Like yeah, if you want to keep it professional, go ahead. But it's sometimes the right person could be right next to you, working next to you. So never write it off, but obviously let them do the work. Let them let you know that you won, and so that they want you. I mean, yeah. So yeah, there you go. All right. So LZ, you said let's get some general. All right, let me check LZ. You're welcome, Toka. No problem. And just to let you know, Becca's doing good. I spoke to her Christmas time. She's doing all right. So I know you know her, and I know that's where I met you. So I know she hasn't been around for a while, but just to let you know, she's doing okay. She's good. Well, that's how the world is right now, LZ. A lot of people like it has been that way for a while, but there's a lot more. I think people just like don't want to commit because if you think about it, there's more divorces than there is marriages. Like, not too many people want to get married these days because, and the married people are all getting divorced. There's more than 50% of the people I know personally that have had a divorce than anything else. And it's kind of fucking sad if you ask me. But there's a lot of people in this world that are single now because they just don't want to be dealing with it. And people are like content with being celibate and being like without anybody because they just don't want to deal with any bullshit. Like if you think about it, like I know it's a negative way to think and it's a negative, thing, but like a lot of people are just negative, period. Like they just don't want to give anybody a chance. And then you don't want like if you're picky, then you're definitely not gonna find nobody if you make a compromise. And then sometimes if you compromise, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So people don't want to take a risk these days to like get themselves involved with somebody and then they get scared to commit because they're scared that that person's going to cheat on them or they might become the laughing stock of their neighborhood or something like that. It's too difficult to deal with people nowadays like in a relationship. It's just it just doesn't, it's not, I've lowered my standards plenty of times. Not that I had high standards, but I've lowered my standards many a times and it still didn't work. Because if you lower your standards on a looks wise, you the person can still be stupid. Like you know what I mean? So if the person may not be your type, like physically wise, physically attracted, so you lower your standards on that's that part of the person, right? So the physical looks standard gets dropped. And then you accept them, you accept the person, right? And then you find out the person's dumb as shit, or they're just a dumbass, or they're just like fucked up, or they're weird, or they're mental, or like they have issues, or they're lying, or they're like, they just the red flag is mentally not there. Like, like the red flag is a mental thing. The physical part you can deal with, and the attraction part you can deal with, but then the person mentally turns you off. And then you have the opposite, where mentally the person is so smart and so nice and so respective, but they just, don't want to commit and they have issues, or they keep talking about their ex, or they have, 5 kids from 3 different people. You know what I'm saying? So like if your standards say I'm not gonna date anybody with kids, or I'm not gonna date somebody with multiple baby daddies or mommies, you're gonna run out of options. So you gotta accept the person as is and try and make it work. And if it doesn't work, just accept the fact that you tried. But you can't try to change the person. That's what a lot of people are not understanding. Like you get what you see and you get what you're dealing with. But there's no way in hell that you're gonna change that person. You can't change that person at all. That person's gonna want to have to change to accommodate your needs and you them. But who's gonna do that? People are too like, oh yeah, fuck you, I'll get somebody else, or fuck you, I'll, you ain't. Nah, 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 nah. And then there's like the compatibility. Like I love sports, but I don't need a woman that loves sports either. It don't bother me. You can hate sports as long as you don't hinder me from watching my sports. I won't hinder you from going to fucking ballet or something. See what I'm saying? So you have to understand nothing gonna be perfect, but there's gotta be a compromise, and people don't want to compromise. It's my way or fuck you. And that's why the word narcissist and the definition narcissist is so much used more now Because a narcissist is a person that wants you to do everything they want you to do. And that's why that word gets used more now than ever. It's either my way or no way. See, people want to like run their partner's life, and that's where everything goes to shit. That's basically it. And if you heard me talk for the past 5 minutes, you should record that and listen to that every day of your life. Because that's exactly what happens. And I hear it from multiple people every day. Oh, they're so nice, but, they still live with their mom. Oh, they're so nice, but, he seems like, he don't give a shit about me. Oh, he's so nice, but, I don't know. He's not really my type, Oh, he's so nice, but then why the fuck does it have to be a but? And so what? When I view you, I have to say, oh yeah, she's perfect. Bitch, please. You ain't perfect. You ain't far from perfect. Your shit stinks. And so does your dirty ass breath. And you probably got fake shit all over you. So don't judge me, woman. You out of your mind? That's why I tell these women, don't think that you're perfect and a man has to be perfect for you. Like that's where the woman goes wrong. She thinks that the man's gonna be perfect. We're not gonna think you're perfect. Well, at least I won't, because I know you're not perfect. So I'm gonna take you for face value. The only thing you gotta prove to me is your trust and your worth. Like what are you worth to me? What are you gonna do for me? How are you gonna make me a better person? Because I can make you a better person, guaranteed. But how are you gonna make me a better person? How am I gonna trust you? Are you gonna lie to me all the time? Because if not, you might as well forget about it. Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true, LZ. They want the best of both worlds and girls acting like a girlfriend without the title. Yeah, because the guy's like, hugging you and kissing you up and fucking you. You automatically want to make the title without actually asking. Yep. See, and with you, I would make this judgment about you. See how you have your job, right? You're a teacher, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They want the girlfriend privilege without making the official right. So that right there is a red flag. See now someone like you who has education and you have a job where it requires education and degrees, right? So you are like classified to the average man as a woman that's independent because you already have a good job and you already got there, you know? So you're there, you're established, you already are like halfway to a complete decent woman that a guy wants. Because a lot of guys want a woman like you that has a good job and can bring in her own income independently, right? So that's a plus right there. That's the number one things a decent guy wants in a woman is a woman that actually has a decent job, that they don't have to provide for them constantly, and they have a job where hey, they're making good money. They ain't gotta leech off of me. You see, because that's the whole thing that a lot of men can't stand is we always have to pay for you all the time. Like fuck you, you ain't like that, you know. And some guys are paying ain't even getting a sniff. That's the worst thing, because they ain't getting nothing because that's what they want. They say, well, at least if I'm paying, I better be getting some type of coochie or something because that's their stupid mentality. They're not saying like, yeah, I'm doing you can't do that shit from the beginning. So if you already tell the woman from the beginning, look, I ain't paying every time, it's your turn. And if she acts a certain type of way, then you know that that woman ain't the right one for you. If she says, yeah, sure, of course. Or if she goes out of her way to say, okay, I'm paying this time. That's when I respect the woman because she's already looking for equality between you. Whereas like some women are like, oh hell no, you want me? I'm the prize, I'm the gold, I'm the trophy. You gotta pay for everything. Like fucks. Not me. No way in hell. That ain't happening. I'm not gonna work hard and spend my money on you while you bank yours and then leave me with a whole pile of money. That ain't happening. So that's one of the main things people don't, are looking for. Yep, exactly. Yeah. No way. I never ever. I know what you're saying. Yeah, because a lot of guys think it's so macho and it has to happen that you have to pay for that woman. That you're wrong. Because if you do that to a woman who has a good job and can and like doesn't need a man to pay for shit and is genuinely cool about that, like she's gonna put that guy in his place. She's gonna say, "Look, you paid last time. I'm paying this time." And then if a woman says that to me, I'll be like, all right, cool, I got next. We'll just keep switching or whatever, no matter how much it is. I don't care. It's my turn. It's my turn. Eventually, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, okay, our dinner was 49.99, so you have to pay that much next time. I'm not one of those dickheads that will do that. But some people will. So the next time you could pay 100 and something. I'll keep it in mind, but I won't sit there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna take it to a $200 restaurant so we can be even. It's not even about that. Like, but some people have that stupid mentality that they always have to compete with money and prices and shit. Because time is valuable. Not so much paying for something, but the time that you spend with that person is more important. Because you have to get to know them, not pay for them. If I wanted to pay for a woman, I just go to a strip club. Duh. And women can do the same thing. You just call me, I'll come. All right. Anyway, what I see here, LZ in general, is you might be dealing with a lot of like women friends and women in general. Your mother, especially. I see your mom here. You could be like talking to her a lot this month and dealing with her a lot. Um, if you and her are close, then you guys can like really have good conversations and good mom daughter type of vibes. Um, if you guys are close, it'll remain that way this month, and like she'll be able to like guide you and motivate you, or you might want to like be like her in some ways, or she might give you some pep talks or things like that. Um, Also, like women friends, you might compromise with them, resolve issues with them, heal with them. You guys might be hanging out, doing things like that. Probably that's why she's gonna continue to do that then. But she's just looking out for you, probably. How moms and daughters are. They always want to make sure, like they make sure their daughters ain't gonna get in trouble. Hey Maria, how you doing, sweet? Always asking where I'm going and what I'm doing and what I'm buying. Well, that's a mom for you. I wouldn't say reconciling with them, but like your friendship amongst women, some of your friendships can heal. So I would say, yeah, I, I would say like them keeping the peace with you if you want that. You coming to a conclusion of a problem, or certain things like that. Like I see women around me, so it might just be two, not a lot. It's just like two women that might approach you or make peace with you or like resolve an issue with you, or you might feel satisfied knowing something about them, something to that effect. um I do see like you feeling kind of like you want to accept the spiritual vibe and the spiritual knowledge that you're and the signs that you get from spirit. Like spirit might be showing you signs, and then they might be like, we have to get to her some way, nudging you, showing you things. And you might say, you know what, maybe if I accept it more or acknowledge it more or give it the time of day, maybe it'll mean more to me. So I don't know if you contemplate the signs you get, or maybe you like, are asking for it and it's not happening. But it looks like they want you to accept it more, if that makes sense. You've been asking for signs. They've been on. Yeah, okay, yeah. So what I'm getting here is they think that you're a little bit short-sighted on that part, or you're not understanding it enough. So they don't want you to like, they don't want you to feel like it's not working. They're trying to make it work so that way you can understand it more. So be prepared for like trying to accept the actual message in some way. All right. And I see like a woman in spirit trying to send these messages, but she's like in the cards, it's saying that you're still following your old ways. You're still like thinking in past terms, and you need to make a worthwhile change instead of just saying you are and you're not really doing it. Yeah. So maybe that's because, as I said, that you wrote that. So that makes sense to a certain point. So that they know that you're going through these things, but they don't want you to make it an excuse, you know? They want you to like make sure you don't fall back into old ways or old type of thoughts. They want you to understand that if you live the way you do, you're gonna feel the way you do. So they want you to make an effect, a worthwhile change. They want you to not be selfish or to like be short-sighted or ignorant. And they want you to like understand that hey, life goes on. You still have to do what you have to do and do, the challenge is put before you, but it's up to you to take the challenge and to accept that there is spirit willing to help you, but are you willing to accept the help and actually acknowledge it? So this is what I'm getting. It's a little different than what I usually get for you, but maybe this is their way of telling me. I don't know if that feels like makes sense, but that's what I'm getting. Well, if that's what it if that's the selfish part. See, it's not you being selfish personally. It's like maybe selfish wasn't the right word, but because you always pick out a specific word I say, but it's like they don't want you to get selfish and understand that hey, you know, we don't want you to become that. Maybe you should be more selfish for you, like you're saying there, and tell people to fuck off and leave you alone. But at the same time, you know, yeah. Well, that's up to you. If that's what you feel like you got to do, then that's what you have to do. Because if you follow your old ways, maybe see that's what they probably mean. So if you follow your old ways and don't ask for help and keep trying to do everything on your own, then you're going to be not making any change. So that's probably what it's about. So if you feel like you have to ask him to force you to help, then that's what you got to do. Right? And that's all you got. You don't have to call him up and fuck him off. All you got to do is call him up and say, look, I need help. This is your dad too. Like, or I need help in this aspect. I need help in this way. So can you please help me? Because like, if not, I can't do it on my own. So that's what they want you to do. And maybe this selfish thing is to do with your brother. Maybe you feel like he's selfish and he's not helping you. So that could be it too. I'm just trying to like, this is a general message. So it can apply to whatever you want it to apply to. So that could be it. Yeah. But at the message here that I'm seeing like clear is you're going to resolve a problem and an issue. You're going to resolve this, but only if you don't follow your old ways and don't follow the same path that you've been following. You got to like make a worthwhile change. So if the worthwhile change is asking your brother for help, it can be resolved if you do that. So that's what it could be. I'm glad we figured it out. It doesn't hurt to ask. Sometimes, like, if, because I have siblings who I know I should be doing the same thing, I should be asking my older siblings to help more. But I know they would if I asked them, but my parents don't want me to ask them because my parents want me to do everything. You know why? Because I don't have kids, I'm not married, and I work for myself. So Mark can help me because he has no life. That's what they honestly think in their beady little minds. But I'm not the one that has fucking teenage 20-year-old, 18, 19-year-old kids that you don't need to take care of. You don't need to give them a bottle and tuck them in. That's what I tell my parents. Your son and your daughter can help you perfectly fine. They have a good life and they can help you. You know, they have kids that help them and pay the bills, and their kids are like, they're not kids anymore. They're young men. But that's a lot of people's mentality when it comes to me. I always tell them, God forbid I do. You wouldn't know what to do then. Well, that's good. Yeah, see? Yeah. But that's the thing, like try to keep implying it, keep saying it. Even tell your dad to ask him to help. Because sometimes our parents are ignorant and they'll be like, oh no, I'm not gonna ask him. You ask him. Yeah, but if the parents ask, it's different because then they know they need the help. So if your dad, for instance, I don't know, I'm just assuming, if you ask your dad to say, hey, can you help me? To tell your brother, can you please help because LZ is not going to be around, or I need you to give her a break and help me, then that's going to make a huge difference. But if you tell him, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, see that can't happen. Fuck that. I would tell your mom, look, stay out of it because I need my brother's help. Unless she's gonna help, which I know she won't, because they're not together, right? So maybe that's why she probably does it. I don't know if she has any resentment towards him, but maybe that's why she does it. I'm just assuming that too. But that's how people are, especially women. They're like, don't help that bastard. Let him suffer. He left me. He divorced me. Some women are like that. I'm not saying your mom is, but she can be. That's what people do. Shit, my sister, she wishes death on her fucking ex-husband every day, and I keep telling her stop doing it. Hey, Miss Bikini, how you doing, sweetie? She just defends your brother's actions since he lives further away. So it's like he has to go out of his way to see your dad, but that's still no fucking excuse. That's still no excuse, man. You got to. I live, I live further away from my mom and dad than my other brother does. My brother lives literally 2 minutes away, and he don't do shit. He just uses my parents. And he lives the closest, but they won't call him. They'll call me. I live 10 minutes away, but he lives literally 2 minutes away. My other sister, she lives like right down the hill from me. So we're same distance. Has my ears been burning? Yeah, all day. I had to go get a bath and wash them out. My ears itch all day, every day. People are always talking about me. The other day I was at the dump and I saw these two guys I used to play music with. And he said, I was just talking about you to my boy right here. And I was like, no wonder my ears have been itching. He's like, yeah, I was talking about me and you. Remember you guys used to play music and blah, blah, blah. I was talking about you. I was like, yeah, I know. A lot of people do. I'm sure I'm the topic of the day. I'm glad. It's cool. Keep talking about me. It's all right. As long as it's a good way, there ain't nothing bad happened to me, so I guess I'm okay. My ear with guess who? Does it begin with an S? Dan, what did you say to me earlier here? You're sitting here watching your Steelers. Screw the pooch. Oh, good. Are the Steelers playing? I didn't even know. Today is what? Saturday. That's right. There is football on, right? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah? How's she doing? Hey, Rudy. How you doing, sweetheart? You good? How's she doing? We're supposed to catch up with each other, actually. I what was it? I think it was Christmas time. Was the last time I messaged her or something. She's good. That's good. Yeah. I think I spoke to her like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, like online, like just comment whatever. We're supposed to catch up together soon. We always do. We always catch up eventually. Eventually, when I have my podcast, eventually when I do my first podcast, I'll do it by myself, and then after that, I'm gonna get her and her husband to come on here. Eventually, I'm gonna do it. I said I was gonna do it, but I've been so busy, man. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she's been doing. She put me out there even more when she done the video about me and stuff. See, that's why I always tell people like, all right, LZ, take care. Yes, be safe. Okay, Barb. Yeah, everybody's in the room. A lot of people that are in the room are going through the same storm. I got a few people in here talking about blizzards and snow and bad weather. Here we have the same, like we don't have no snow, but we got a lot of wind. It was very windy today. People lost power here today from the wind. It was 50-mile-an-hour winds here today for a while, and it was pretty bad. It rained, but not that much. But it was super windy here, where people lost power. But it's kind of all right now. Stefani, how you doing? Happy New Year, sweetheart. I got your donation. You can ask your question when you're ready, sweetie. And thank you. Yeah, the weather was really bad here today, but it's calmed down a lot now. It's not windy anymore. The winds shift towards the north, so I live on the south. So we're not getting that much windy, like right. We're not much wind right now. Hey, Brunel. Yeah, I'm doing good, sweetheart. How are you? Okay, no problem. I got to do Stefani's question and then I'll do yours afterwards. Oh no, Barb, please be safe. Yeah, Maria said she's expecting 6 inches of snow. You said you're expecting the worst in years. Somebody else was telling me that they had bad weather. I can't remember who it was earlier. Somebody was telling me too that they had bad weather. I was telling everybody about my bad weather, but it's nothing compared to you guys. You guys got snow. I don't. No snow for me. Thank God. But I wish you all be safe, and I wish everything works out for you guys. And I hope you guys, weather the storm. All right, Stefani, you said when? Where you are is cold as fuck too. Shit, see, everybody's cold. Here it's 57 degrees here tonight. And it's like right now it's like 30-mile-an-hour winds. It's dropped down from 50 to 30, which is good. All right, so Stefani, you said, when do you see me getting a new job? All right, let's check. All right. What I'm getting here is between now and the next 3 months, there's definitely potential to get a new job. But the only issue is you might fear that the new job is not going to pay your bills. Like you might have to start off at this new job at like a minimum wage or like a certain price or something like that, or a certain hourly rate. But this job can promise you like that you'll increase as you go or whatever. So it might be that type of situation, or you might get this new job and you might have a lot of money and then you say, okay, now that I'm making more money, I'm going to spend more money. So you have to make that choice once you get to it. So it could be either or of these situations depending on what job this is. But I do see a new job coming up within a month to 3 months. So when you're asking me when, I would say from now until like April. So January, February, March, it can definitely happen. I see the potential of that happening. But in between that, there's a there's you contemplating on whether or not you're gonna take the job because it might be, not enough money, or it might be the same money, but you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a new job because I need one. But I'm not getting anything bad here. It's just that you might once you get this new job, it might be like I said, it might be one or the other. It might be like profitable and you make good money and you're like, like even though I'm making money, I have to spend more money because this came up and that came up. At first, I see you being okay with it. It's just after that, it depends on how you deal with the job. You know what I mean? I feel like you're gonna have a decent possibility, but it's like you going into this job is unknown. Like you don't know anybody. You have to start from scratch. So it's like you got to start from the beginning. So you might have you might not be happy at first. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't see you being like extremely happy with it. Like it might be really, you might have to put like a lot of effort at first. And there might be somebody there that makes you mad and you might not want to deal with it. But eventually, after you're there for a while, like you'll start to learn more and things will get better. So I'm thinking that you're not going to be happy there at first because of the initial change and like getting used to it. But once you're there for a while, I see like things slowly improving. Like you're not going to do cartwheels when you get there and be like, it's the best job of my life. And that's kind of like somewhat, you know, happens to people. Like, so yeah, you're not going to do cartwheels going down the corridor or the hallway, but I see that you'll eventually be happy, but it'll take time. So it's going to be a job where you don't really know what's going to happen. So you're going to take it day by day. But there is a potential of a new job in the next like month or so. Between now and April is what I asked, and it said yes. So you're welcome, Stefani, and thank you too. I wish you the best. I hope you do get a new job, and I hope that it works out for you. All right, Blue Nile. If you're here, sweetheart, you can ask your 2 questions when you're ready. All right, do you see? So you posted a photo begging for attention. That's what you're trying to tell me. I don't want to hear about autocorrect. See, yeah, you're stirring the pot. Why would you want to post a picture of your fine ass on Instagram for like, him to get sex excited? Hmm? Oh shit. How many tears? See, look, so now you are admitting it. See, look, I did post a few TikToks though. Fuck. Mark got me. Oh well. See, you're like, why you wanna do that? How many tears? Let me see. Yeah. You can just create a fake account, see? You know how many people create accounts? Maria's laughing because she's like, I do that too. Oh shit. As soon as I see one of you post a picture of yourself, they say, yep, they're up to no good. They don't have to do that. They just want to put their fine ass out there and make somebody look at them and get some likes, make them feel good. See, I know. No. Yeah, of course. See, that's how they get you. That's how they let you know they're not happy. When a person does that, they let you know that they're not happy, that the grass was not greener and it's going stale. That's indirectly what they're saying. Because let me tell you something. If a guy is really happy with his woman, he's not going to try and go and get somebody else, or even try to even think about making some type of move. Like, all right. So let me read your question again. Do you see H trying to reach out to me again in the future? All right. Let me check. So then why are you worrying about him reaching out to you in the future? See, that's my question to you. And if he does, you shouldn't even entertain him. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm gonna say there is a possibility he can reach out to you, but he knows that like he's let you down, and he knows that you don't want nothing to do with him. Like you said, you've removed him and stuff like that. But he still is brave enough to possibly communicate with you in the next like 2 months or so. I asked like in the next 2 months, is he gonna like contact you in the future? And it says it's a possibility that he might get brave enough to do it some type of way, find a way to contact you or communicate. So I'm still getting yes that he will, but he knows that he's let you down, and he knows that the whole opportunity of like communicating is not there. Yeah. And he knows you're closed off to him, so he knows that it's not worth it, but he it still says here that yes, he can possibly do it. Like it's no guarantee. I'm not getting a complete yes or a complete no. I'm getting that he's brave enough to do it if he does, and he wouldn't care about doing it, but he knows that he let you down, so it's like why would he take the risk? But he's thinking of it. He's thinking of like possibly communicating with you in the future. I'm not getting a complete hell no. I'm getting yeah, if he feels like it, he will, you know? Like he thinks that it's like he feels hopeful that he can do it and get away with it, and then maybe you'll respond, but he knows that you probably don't give a shit. Give me a second. Oh shit. Give me a second. I just gotta listen to this message real quick. I have to go after this because my sister got a flat tire and they don't know what to do. Just because. There's always something for me to do, I swear. Always something. So I told her just give me a minute because I'm here real quick. All right. So you said, how do you see 2020, 2025 going for you? All right, let me check. All right, so 2025 looks pretty good. I see you having success, gain, overcoming obstacles and challenges, but also you like being overwhelmed at times and like going against fighting the odds. But you will have some advantage. Sometimes it's going to be for the good, sometimes for the bad. Um, I see you like discontinuing talking to an ex for good, for personal reasons. And I also see here like possible like travel if you want to, but try not to rush into any decisions or getting yourself in any trouble. Just try not to worry about adversity or any turmoil or getting back at somebody vengeance wise or anything like that. Just keep the major effort going on in your life for what you really want to accomplish and what you want. Like perseverance is a main thing here is what I'm getting. You're gonna approach like the end of some problem cycles. The outcome is like your destiny and your future for this year depends on the fate and the outcome of, whether you want to make life better or you want to stay worse. So with this wheel of fortune at the end here, it just says that, expect the unexpected and deal with it with a conclusion mentality. Like whatever happens, you just come to a conclusion and say, you know what, I'll be fine. Like if I do this, I'll be fine. If I do that, I'll be fine. If I do this, then I'll be okay. And I know I can make it. I'll be okay. Yeah, that type of stuff. But I do see like a man here that you're going to discontinue to talk to for personal reasons. You might even argue with them or whatever, or there might be some interruption from this person. But and they can be dark skinned. So that's what I got here altogether in general. But I do get like successful negotiations. If you negotiate with somebody or you talk to somebody, you have a meeting with somebody, like that'll like you'll have an advantage with the meetings and the success with other people, company or something like that. But you'll overcome the obstacles and challenges that you face. Just try to like make a lot of effort. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing is making the effort. Yeah, so if you're setting up the business, it could be like successful if you deal with the right person. Well, maybe something happens where he needs to get closure. It's just, the energy here. So it's up to you to entertain it or to deal with it. You know what I mean? So the outcome depends on you. You're the one who says, I'm not speaking or not speaking. You're the one who says yes, no. So it's really up to you if you want to like, entertain anybody at that if you want. I never said he wanted to talk to you. I said you are going to cut him off for personal reasons. That's it. That's all I said. That there's a guy here, a dark skinned guy, that you're going to cut off for good for personal reasons. That's it. That's all I said. I didn't say he wants to talk to you or whatever. Saying he might for closure reasons. I have no idea. That's up to him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's up to you to accept the communication if it happens. That's up to you. Or you might be thinking about him too much and not disconnecting from him enough. So that could be it too. Like you just might cut it off for personal reasons. You can give me 1 minute. Yes, I'm coming. Calm down. All right, I gotta go, guys. Okay. I'll see you later. I'll be back maybe after this.